or after the live. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. We've had some news today that's breaking over the last several hours, and I waited for confirmation, but now it's coming across more outlets that are reporting this instead of just Cointelegraph. So it's been announced, and I'll get into this a little deeper, that Roblox has integrated XRP as a form of payment. And this would go along the line of what we've talked about, how I'm not looking to sell XRP for an actual financial gain anymore. I think it's going to be more imperative to have XRP as a form of payment going forward in the future. Instead of having just the US dollar, you could have XRP to make the payment. So I think going forward, this is going to be happening more and more. And I believe the integration is going to become stronger and stronger. And this is why I think it's imperative to be getting an XRP when the price is cheap. Because at some point, and sometime in history here in the near future, maybe a little bit farther, it's going to end up costing more and more. I don't think it's showing me comments unless nobody's commenting. But I'll take a look. But this is actually really big news. It's something that we need to happen more and more. And it'll give more and more institutional investors, along with retail investors, the confidence to not just buy XRP, but to hold it long term. To hold it long term. Awesome, more and more. So yeah, it's not showing me the chat. So let me do something real quick. Let me try something real quick. Just out of curiosity, can anybody is it letting anybody comment now? Probably not. If not, I can just look at my phone. No, it's not showing it today. I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning is. Let me... I'm not sure what the reasoning is. It won't let me comment. Or it won't let me see the comments on the screen. So I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is. But that's okay. I'll just look at... I'll have to look at my phone today. So Jorge, welcome in. Darren, good afternoon. Thank you so much for the continued support, Darren. One of my mods in the house sends me a lot of information daily. Sully, good late morning. Wanna win, welcome. Bill, David, Mark, Terry, welcome in. Bill, Sean Crothers, good afternoon. Well, actually, good late morning from the great state of Maine. Trading with J-Rod, yes, hit that like button, please. Thank you for the like, Mark. Good morning, Terry. Hello, Ernie. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. So, what do we make of this news with Roblox? We'll go through a midday market report here in a minute, but I want to take the majority here before we go through this little report, because I'll fly through the midday market report today. But first, I want to talk about this breaking news that it seems to be confirmed now with Roblox that XRP is going to be used as a form of payment. But the importance of this is we've talked a lot in this community, and the reason I didn't report it earlier is because of Cointelegraph. We know Cointelegraph has been spouting off a lot of FUD here lately, so I wanted to wait for more and more sources to confirm it. So, Britain, welcome in. So, what it looks like to me is that this is valid, but it says Roblox, an online gaming platform, or game platform, with over 200 million monthly active users, and it was actually just released to the PlayStation platform, allowing a whole new surge of users now. So that's a whole new market that wasn't even tapped. And it makes sense now. But they just put it on the PlayStation, I noticed, over the weekend. So now you're able to play it on the weekend. So that brings even more active users. But it now accepts XRP as a payment method. So that's 200 million monthly users that can now use XRP as a form of payment. According to an October 17th announcement from BitPay on X, formerly Twitter, XRP as a payment option is now supported by Xsola, which manages the in-game payments in Roblox. So the interesting thing with that is our speculation here is if you own XRP, it's one thing to buy it and sell it for profit, but it's another thing if you understand the grand scheme and you end up holding it for future use as a form of payment like I am. That's the key here. A lot of people are just, I'm going to buy it and then sell it for a couple 100%. No, no, no. When you use it as a form of payment, it's also taxed differently. Now you're using it as a form of money. So in the future, we need to start to understand what this means to get into this stuff when it's in the cent range and not in the dollar or $10 or $50 if it ends up getting there. You want to get it when it's under $1, specifically under 50 cents if you can. And then the better you do, what I feel comfortable at is being around that 2020 uptrend, which right now would be around 35.5 cents. The reason for that is in 2020, we hit an uptrend. After the announcement of the lawsuit, we were right in that range on the uptrend. We started it before that, but then we revalidated it. Had a breakout in January of 21. And then when we came back down onto 21 and early 22, we managed to hold that uptrending support after a mini bull run. We had a catastrophic collapse, but never gave way of that 2020 uptrend. So I believe with that information we have, we should be buying in as close to the 2020 uptrend as we possibly can. So that's why I've had my audience, after we sold at $1.66 in 2021, we made a healthy 400% almost. 200, high 200s. We had a 47-cent average, sold at $1.66, no secret. But I didn't want to buy back in until we got sub 40 cents, and that's exactly where we're at 35.5 cents right now. It took us almost a year and a half to be able to buy back. Felt weird not owning XRP, but it was the right thing to do. Now it's the accumulation phase for the next chapter. That was our ability to get some serious profits, turn it into precious metals, and then sit on it for a while for store value. Now we got to go to the next chapter. So here's the story right now. Here's the story right now. We'll get rid of that. So this was the Cointelegraph article. I believe this one was. So Roblox integrates XRP as payment method. Exola and BitPay now support Ripple's digital currency for in-game purchases. And that's important because there's a large U.S. audience that plays Roblox. So that means in the USA it's being accepted as well. That's what we need to pay attention to. Yes, there's a court case going on, but it's being implemented under the radar here. And some people might say, oh, it's Roblox. Who gives a rat's ass? It's very important for what's going forward here. Roblox, an online gaming platform with over 200 million monthly active users, now accepts XRP as a payment method according to an October 17th announcement by BitPay. And here's the BitPay alert. Exola now accepts XRP with BitPay as a payment method for their game, such as Smite Game and Roblox. So it's more than just Roblox, but Roblox is the one that caught my interest because it's got 200 million monthly users. Active. That's crazy. You can use your favorite cryptocurrency to buy, play, and enjoy gaming like never before. BitPay, Crypto, Smite, Exola, Roblox. Exola accepts XRP, which means now it's a form of payment. So now, instead of turning it back, let's just say you had XRP and you wanted to get fiat so that you could use it for gaming purchase and game purchases. You don't have to do that now. You can just simply use your XRP. I've told everybody in the past, I buy many things with XRP, testing it within the USA despite the case going on, and I can buy stuff. And there's over 22 different vendors now that make it easy to use that. You can go to AMC theaters, but you have to buy it online. In states that are accepting it right now, but you use it online at the AMC.com, and you can use XRP. I mean, the fact it's being used as a form of payments means it's not speculation. It's now a form of currency, which I believe it's more money than currency, but you can use it as a currency in place of the native fiat. That's very important for what we're going forward in the next chapter. XRP as a payment option is now supported at Exola, which manages the in-game payment in Roblox. BitPay will act as a partner responsible for the seamless connection with crypto wallets. Available on all mainstream platforms such as Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Also, they didn't put on PlayStation 5 yet. I would assume it would have to be on there. It can't just be on PlayStation 4. That doesn't seem accurate. Roblox counts 65.5 million daily active users, 44% of whom are under age of 13. Roblox users spent around $773 million on in-game purchases in the first quarter of 2023. So imagine your kid plays on Roblox, and instead of using fiat, you're just paying it with XR. I mean, I could see this. Exola has been active in its efforts to integrate crypto into its payment systems. In August 2022, it partnered with automated crypto management platform CoinChange, financial and live streaming social Web3 platform TradeZing, to develop a non-fungible tokens payment solution. In August 2023, it joined forces with Crypto.com to integrate the latter's checkout solution into Exola's PayStation platform. The partnership between Exola and BitPay goes back to 2014, when the service started to accept payments in Bitcoin. In September 2023, BitPay and Exola rolled out PayPal USD payments for merchants and consumers. So this is big news for XRP. This is big news for XRP. I'm glad everybody who decided to tune in is seeing this. We'll get into the XRP in just a second. So we need silver and crypto. Yes, this is what I've been talking about. Precious metals and crypto are the money going forward. Money is form of a store of value and payment, but it'll be harder would be your precious metals, gold, silver, primarily silver right now, but also gold, as the ratio is at 83.9 to 1. But also, crypto is a form of money. I don't use it as a store of value because of the volatility, but it has much bigger potential of rise than gold and silver. It just has a lot lower of a floor. So you have to take it accordingly. But it's used as a store of value. So when the US dollar goes up like this, you convert it into some of your assets like gold, silver. And then when it comes down, when we have parabolic rises, that's when you would start changing back out. You know, you want to get your US dollar out into the metals or into your crypto before the dollar deep dives. When the dollar dives and tanks, what do you think's going to happen to crypto? Risk assets typically pump in that scenario. Gold and silver pump in those environments, the metals and crude oils. So the Dow's up 110 points, finishing out this retracement. We still have this dot cross we're going to have to pay for here. And we know we're coming down probably into that 34,200. This is not the chart I had before, but it deleted my other chart, and I don't want to get into it today. But just pay attention to the fact that we do have this dot cross, and we need to reverse farther down still, it looks like. We would need to look more than likely come farther down with the Dow Jones. The DXY, and I'm going to fly through this today. We're on the bottom side of the DXY. We're still in shakeout mode, but we haven't broke down past the 20-day here in the daily. We could come down a little farther to retest the 200, which is what I think is going to happen. It doesn't need to, but that's what I think it's going to try to do down here at around the 105 spot 55. Other than that, if we stay on the bottom side of the rising channel, is there a chance that the US dollar is topping out already? It could be possible, but to me, until you get into 2024, when the BRICS agreement goes live and they can legally sell, so the BRICS nations right now are bound by their agreement they signed to join the BRICS. They can't get rid of the US, so they can't get out of the US government bonds, or they can't pay for petrol with anything other than the US dollar, the greenback right now, until January 1. That's when it changes. So I wonder if they're having a collusion style event here to where they're going to collude the markets and they're going to catastrophically crash the US dollar going into January of 24. That's my own speculation. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so, you know, I could be just off the mark here. But that's what I personally believe is happening. Just, that's my personal interpretation, what I believe is going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see how accurate that ends up being. But that's just what I believe is going to happen. So that's the US dollar. So if that's the case, are we going to have one more pump up here before the end of the year? It's more than likely. But we know the levels. If it breaks down, and we'll go from there. Man, TradingView is it's being a little pain right now, guys. It keeps taking off the indicators. I keep putting on the volume. It doesn't want to keep it on there. I mean, it's okay. We'll deal with TradingView like we always do. But it's not favoriting it like it's supposed to either, which is interesting. Whatever. I'll deal with that after. I'm not going to deal with it and waste any more of our time. The US 10 years up 2.19% to 4.81. Still believe it's trending up to that 5.077%. It could go as high as 5.9, but I believe we're going to at least tap that 5.07. There's just no interest in government bonds right now, so they've got to entice the audience. A little bit crude oil on a little bit of a retracement. Could be putting in a little bit of a retracement here. We couldn't get over the 20-day. Looks like a W reversal, but we are going to have to push out and over. And we're going to want to re-break this little area on the 4-hourly and hold it, which we're converging right now. But we want to hold this area right here around $86 and then break out, because that could be a small bull flag that brings us up to the top of this formation at around 89.60. So pay attention to that with crude. I think over time, though, we're going to be up over $100, right around 109, if not further. But that's where we're trending in the immediate short term, it looks like, going into next year. Gold silver ratio is 84 to 1, 84.04. We're continuing to retrace. We're at the 200-day like we talked about yesterday, the move down to see if it's going to continue the move. It very well could have put a right arm here. So if we break 83.8, there's a very high likelihood if we get rejected on that level that we would come back down here and see if we have a consolidatory point around 81. It does it all the time. This is just a level it does it. But you still have to break through the 200 day before that's even possible, right around 82.73. So we are retracing a little bit. But we'll see. This is giving risk assets a time to pump a little bit here. Gold's up about $5.50 here. Nothing major. We are back over this pattern formation. If we can hold here, we've had a V-shaped recovery. How you doing? Thank you very much. We've had a V-shaped recovery here. And if we can hold this $3.16 with B2 Gold, it very well, I hit B2 Gold, so I'm just going to go with it. But B2 Gold could pull back up to this $4 range. But this is the big pivot point here. We'll see how it reacts at 315 and see if it's got higher ambitions. Right now it's up 2%. It surged a little bit here. But this is on the backs of the US dollar continuing to come down. That's why we talked about if the dollar is ready to reverse, gold and silver is going to spike out here. And you're never going to get that chance to come farther down. We had a heck of a buying opportunity. Thinking it could come down on the technical breakdown to 1792. It never hit it. It came close. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But now it's back in this descending triangle. And if it breaks out, that's a bullish signal if we can get back on top. And the technical move should be to about 2009 with an updated trajectory. So pay attention to that with gold. And then silver, we'll see if it continues pushing out. But it also is back in its formation. It's in a little bit different spot than gold, though, because if it were to bounce out and play this truthfully until March of 24, it could come right up to $28 very quickly. But once it breaks out, it's going to have a parabolic spike, or a breakdown would be $18. It's just, we've prophesized that 25% chance it would bounce in this area. It didn't quite come all the way down to 2025, but it bounced at 2069 close enough, and now it pushed back through. So we're going to see if this is a V-shaped recovery or if we get better buying opportunities. But I'm telling you, with what gold and silver is doing and with the US dollar, it's distinctly up to the US dollar. Is it going to continue pumping, or is it done? If it's done, gold and silver is going to run unabated. We just have to remember that. Have to remember that. CJ2 Pilot, I'll update you on the news still. Hopefully, John, that helped answer your question. It was never guaranteed to go down there. We already hit the first part where it could reverse. It's just, how many of the 200 million own XRP and nothing burger? Terry, that's a very negative way to look at it. Think about it this way. It's not necessarily about just Roblox. The fact they're integrating it to 200 million users, and those users, mainly, a lot of those users are in the USA, that means that it's being accepted widely, more widely as a form of payment. See, that's the narrative right now. Oh, it's Roblox. Who gives a crap? Kids don't have XRP. Their parents don't have XRP. I look deeper than that, Terry. What about the fact that it's being integrated so you can use that instead of the US dollar? How about that? How about that? If we look at it from a positive perspective, how about the fact that I don't need to use a US dollar to buy anything in Roblox? I can use XRP. That means it's as a form of currency. It's not just money now, it's a form of currency. You can use it in place of the US dollar or your native currency. That's more than a nothing burger, in my opinion. It's all about the way you think about it. We can be a negative. Oh, it's a piece of shit game like Roblox. That's the negative, enticing way to look at it. That's how they keep you with the in your own feels. How about you think about it and you say, hey, I own XRP, and if I wanted to play Roblox, or if my grandkid wanted to play Roblox, I own XRP. Now I can just buy it for them instead of having to figure out how to convert it from the US dollar into my debit card and then load my debit card onto there. Now I know how to trade crypto. I can just do it that way. So, no problem, John. JW, welcome in. Howdy, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. So that's the way I choose to look at it. You very well might be right, Terry, that it's a nothing burger, but I'd like to look at it at the fact that it's being integrated as a form of payment now. Miss Vicky, welcome in, love. What's happening? Well, you're going to have to go through for the midday market report on some of it that I've already done. But the big news here, I'll go over it again, and then we'll get through crypto. The big news here, and I waited to talk about it for a few hours because, and this is the fake, somebody was putting a fake headline out, so I had to back check it. But somebody tried to say that Gary Gensler was fired, and then it was being reported on in some outlets. I can tell you that's not true, and that was a FUD headline. So don't fall for that on social media. But Roblox, and I had to wait for a few hours for other people to start talking about it because Cointelegraph broke this, and we know what happened yesterday. Roblox, on online gaming platform, or online game platform with over 200 million monthly active users, now accepts XRP as a payment method. According to an online, and we can it's not, we can go into the actual, I took it down, but I had the actual tweet up with BitPay. right here. So BitPay said Xsola now accepts XRP at Ripple with BitPay as a payment method for their games, such as Smite Game and Roblox. You can use your favorite cryptocurrency to buy, play, and enjoy gaming like never before. But now XRP is part of this. XRP as a payment option is now supported by Xsola, which manages the in-game payments in Roblox. BitPay will act as a partner responsible for the seamless connection with crypto wallets. So basically, Miss Vicky, you can now use it in Roblox and Smite, but I know that there's 200 million active monthly users. That's what caught my attention. So that's what's going on right now if you're just tuning in. And to wrap this up here, with the total crypto market cap, yes, we were trending up, but it looks like we got a harsh pullback down that could turn into a very bearish sign here. We need to pay attention to see if this does break up. We could have technically broke up to that 1.125, but we knew the top of this pattern, it could have rejected us. We didn't quite get there either, but that 1.11 seems to be a harsh line in the sand. But we'll see if we have more move up, or if we're just going to finally finish this death cross and start to have this last parabolic move down. That should bring us down, and even if it's not that parabolic, it should get us back down to around 923 billion if it pulls us down. That's what we're anticipating here. But if it does break up to that 1.125 and break over, it very well could change the narrative. Bitcoin 28,476 here. It's down 42 points. And if you guys appreciate my work, please make sure to hit that like button. 44 likes, 67 people watching. Please make sure to hit that like button, please, as it will help push us through the analytics. The likes have been lacking and the viewers have been lacking because the likes have been lacking. When it doesn't get likes, we don't move through the analytics. It's just the harsh reality. If you look at my videos from yesterday, the ones that got 150 to 170 likes got around 1,000 views. The ones that didn't even get 100 likes got 400 or 500 views. That's a big difference. So I would like my time and energy to be used in the most important fashion. And the most important way is so everybody can see the historical happenings of what's about to happen here. Oh, Johnson, wow, great news. I got to start to the live over to get what I missed. Yes, sir. Matt Holden, what's going on? CJ2 Pilot, wow, good update. Thank you for that. Terry says integration is part of the foundation building of XRP. In itself will not provide an impetus for price appreciation in this environment. Hey, you can't move into the next chapter of making it a form of payment without implementation. I'm not even talking about it for pricing. Have I talked about price appreciation at all in terms of this? No. I'm talking more in terms of integration. I haven't even talked about it going up. I've been talking more bearish this entire update. But what I'm saying is the integration is what brings it to a seamless transition into the future. See, without integration, it can't be a form of payment. Without integration, you can't use it as a form of currency instead of the US dollar. With no integration comes no ballpark. If you don't have any integration, you can't even play the game. So what's the point of holding XRP? Unless you're using it as just to trade a stock, which I'm not. That was 2021. Now it's something different than trading a crypto or trading a basic line stock. This is more than just a baseline trade. I'm using this for a impetus in the future that I won't have to use my US dollar, and I can use it along with my gold and silver, ready, that I use as a store of value so that I don't have to sell my gold and silver, that I can maintain my savings over time. But my XRP, primarily my ISO tokens and Algo and XLM and XDC, and my Internet of Things tokens like IOTA. We've got Algo with the Internet or the ISO. We've got DGB. We've got VeChain in the Internet of Things. We've got Zill and the whole meme front that's doing the exact same thing that they're trying to integrate right now. I mean, I'm trying to get on board for something that's about to happen that most don't even acknowledge. I'm using XRP as a form of payment in the future. It's new money, new world currency. The reason I say currency is because it can be used in your own native land, but it's money because it can be used cross borders. So you can use it however you want, but it needs integration to get there. That's all I'm saying. So with Bitcoin real quick, and then we're trending towards the end of this update. If you want to show some support, you can always join Tom's Army. You can join Tom's Army to show that support, or you can send a YouTube super chat, subscribe to the channel, or simply hit that like button, as that really does help push this content. Bitcoin's at the pivot point at 28,600. We're either going to get a firm rejection here and start trending back down, or we use this as a support now on this little falling channel here at 27,700 finally. And now we're going to go by segment 28,600. Then you need to break back above this uptrending support, because right now we're above the broadening wedge. We're using that broadening wedge support right now, and we're pushing back up. Now we're being squeezed between the broadening wedge support and the pivot point at 28,600. So you need to get past the pivot point so you don't further break down. It's just, in this environment, we don't know. We don't know, because this dot cross, it's not valid as of right now because it pulled back over. But we need a continuation, and this doesn't look like the continuation that leaves you feeling good. This looks like a continuation that could lead into a further bear flag if we stay on the bottom side of 28,600. And then XRP finally, and I'll let you go. XRP 5240 is still that major pivot point. We are showing what looks like a Dragonfly Doji, but it's got no chance of making a new high here. So this very well could end up a bearish Dragonfly. I know it's green, but it's not making a new high, so it makes me very skeptical to say that this is just going to break up and out. We're below the 494 support with the pattern structure, and we know if we're below that, we're not in the bull flag setup anymore. If you're being rejected by 494, XRP's back below, and it'll play the bear flag out down to around the 415 level. So if you are expecting this to bounce up and not play out as a bear flag, and you want this mini bull flag to play out, we're going to have to hold the 494 and break out. Otherwise, we get rejected here, the bear flag plays out and wins out, that inverted head and shoulders invalidates, and we come down to 415. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this, please make sure to hit that like button. Hopefully this found everybody well. You got the news from Roblox, and you got to see the midday market report from the market, from the stock market all the way down through crypto, through the commodities and metals, and even in the bond market. Make sure you hit that like button and share this far and wide. Thank you all for tuning in. True, thank you so much. Can you people press 1 if you like Tom talking about silver? John Wiseman says yes. True says yes. Oh, Johnson, Tracy. Nestor, we are not going lower. Nestor, I'm not making a prediction. I'm telling you. See, you're being biased right now to what you want it to do. According to the pattern formation, we're below the 494. We have a dot cross in the daily, so until we invalidate that movement, just what's in front of me, it looks like it's going to go down. I've given the parameters if we want to go up. The bull flag setup you would have to hold, which is built within here. This uptrending support, downtrending resistance makes the bull flag. However, it's in a falling channel as well, which could be seen as the bear flag. But the bear flag, if it plays out, it's going to bring you down to the 415, or I can draw this back out for everybody. I had it on before. You could say, okay, well, it's not going to be the 415. We're going to ultimately come down to the bear flag support. So just understand, if you're not in the bull flag support up here, this mini bull flag, you're in the bear flag, which means now your downtrend, the uptrending support is at 464 is the floor instead of 494. So anybody trading, that means that it can come down another 6% because you're not in the bull flag setup. Now you're in the bear flag setup. It's very important to understand that. Does that make sense to everybody? Holy smokes. Miss Vicky, thank you so much for the $50 donation. Wow. You know, it's so important when people send donations like that. I haven't been getting a lot of donations lately, but we're in a bad cycle right now. So I just put in the work, and then someone like Miss Vicky comes through like that. Thank you so much for that. Seriously, thank you so much. You're welcome, JW. We are breaking resistance, what I see in my charts. And you're up to your own personal interpretation. I'm just showing you the pattern formation we're in. So I'm not sure what chart you're using. I'm not sure what kind of metrics you're using. But all I can tell you is in this current formation with the bear flag, with the bull flag disguised after the dump down, this is your setup, my friend. And if you break past this, then you can come up to the overall pattern formation, which overall is at 85 cents. But still, even if you break this, you're in a rising channel from June of 22. So I don't just have the short-term pattern. We have a pivot point at 524. You'd have to break the 54 cents. Then we could contend with the rising channel up here. We are within a rising channel, but we're within a bear flag on the bottom side right now, but it still has a bull flag set up above. So, I mean, we can try to say what it is, but I'm just showing you what the charts line up with. I don't make the rules. I just draw them out. So I just draw what the pattern formations are. I'm not making the rules. So if it wants to come up, we still have an inverted head and shoulders, which is bullish. If we can stay above 494 and hold that, would be more of a bullish setup, but it goes until October 24th roughly. And then we could attempt a breakout. But anything short of that, we're ultimately bearish. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Vicky, for that very generous donation. And everybody have a great afternoon. I'll catch you this evening for likely a live. If not a live, it would be an update, but most likely a live tonight at 7:47 roughly. Actually, it's been around 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay blessed, everybody.